The show starts in 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to the Monday Night Raw post show. This is the Holy Shhh Podcast for August 19th, 2024. It's your boy ABE from DET.
It's your boy Ron T, the icon.
Yeet. Chuck Jordan.
Oh, Kevin, short and simple today. I see. Okay.
Yeet.
Well, let's get in the beginning of Monday Night Raw. It starts off Randy Orton comes out to the ring gloating that he got the first lick in on Gunther, hitting him with the 3 most deadly letters in all of wrestling, RKO.
Those letters. Okay.
Gunther comes to interrupt and tells Randy he's an underachiever, even though he's a 14-time world champion. I mean, go figure that. I don't know. But then as Randy isn't looking, Kaiser comes out of nowhere to attack Randy, and him and Gunther eventually get the upper hand and leave Randy laid out to start the show and setting up a main event between Randy and Kaiser. Chuck, your thoughts on the start of Monday Night Raw?
Good start. I really like how when Gunther kept trying to yell at the audience for not letting him talk, he was like, "You and the fans keep talking." He was like, "I'm not saying nothing." I'm not even saying nothing. Like, Randy is so stupid. He really plays with the crowd. I thought it was great. I really didn't. I understand the whole interference, but I actually like when Gunther comes out there on his own merit without Kaiser. I thought it was kind of he made him kind of look weak today.
Yeah, 100% he did. What about you, Ryan? How you feeling about the start of Raw?
I think Geyser demands your gratitude. No, it was I liked it. It was cool. I like how much heat that Gunther has right now. He's almost at Dominic level where he can't even talk without getting booed. Right. So I like it. I like the adding Kaiser to it actually this time because he gave Kaiser to have a chance to have a match with Randy later on. So yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm liking this build up to this bash in Berlin.
Is it just me, or every time when you look at Kaiser, do you think to yourself, "You with Tiffy?" Like, how?
I think he does a really good job of his character doing that weird stance and all that type of stuff. But I think
no, you're not the only one. I agree with you. Yes.
Out of character,
I wonder every single time.
Out of character, he must be real smooth.
Must be.
No,
because in character, he does seem like slimy, kind of Mr. Burns almost.
Yeah, Mr. Burns.
He irritates me. Peter Pan irritates. and I'm gonna say something about Gunther later because I didn't realize it until Randy kept dropping Kaiser on that table over and over again. But I'm gonna say it now. You ever notice how Gunther, when he looks like unsure, looks like a little kid with that haircut?
That's purposeful. He does that purposeful.
I was like,
get under people's skin.
I was like, dog, he don't even look like a champ right now. He looks like a. Anyways, go ahead.
Next up, we got a banger of a match. Sheamus gets the win over Pete Dunne. I don't know if the feud is over, but the way Pete been going, I'm pretty sure he's about to keep this shit going and going. Your thoughts on this match, Ryan T?
It was a vintage Pete Dunne. And I thought he was going to be able to hang with Sheamus throughout the entire match, and he hit hard back. He had one point where Sheamus was on the ground, or was on his knees, basically, and he slapped him in the face.
Pause.
Okay. Yeah. Pause. Sheamus was down.
Right.
And he slapped him in the face, real hard, and Sheamus took it. And it was another thing where almost the same thing.
So
yeah,
bad.
that was bad. He took the slap to the face, man.
The
Still
slap-
sounds bad.
Wow, you are going so left field, sir.
It was a good match, man. That's just all I say. It was a good match.
It was a good match,
It was a good
okay.
match.
Chuck, your thoughts?
I'm just gonna say it was a banger. I don't even want to talk about it because there was so many pause-worthy moments in this match. I'm just gonna skip. I'm just plead the fifth.
Well, next up, Kofi and Xavier have a word backstage as Xavier explained why he's been salty as he felt Kofi was trying to replace Big E.
And
Kofi
him.
lets it be known Big E could never be replaced, and he was just helping a rookie like they wished veterans would have done when they first started off. Did you believe or did you not believe in Xavier tonight, Chuck?
I did believe. I believed in Xavier tonight.
Okay.
I did like the moment where he still kind of was a little resentful when forgot my man's name already.
When Kofi tagged
Jones.
in Odyssey Jones instead of him.
Oh, yeah, Odyssey. I always forget Odyssey. But yeah, when Jones got tagged in, but it was like he looked like, no, that was my tag. That was my partner. But then when everything was going to shit, so I really like how Xavier came flying over the referee's head, like with that elbow drop, and then Odyssey got the win, and then they showed the camaraderie at the end. Like, we good.
Well, thank you for explaining the match. This was just the segment, but okay, you're right. Ron T, your thoughts?
I thought he was my bad. I thought he was talking about the whole match. My bad.
Yeah. So the segment was good. I like that they had a segment where they actually got to talk about the elephant in the room, not Odyssey Jones, because he's a big dude. I'm not calling him elephant or nothing like that. But they addressed the elephant in the room, and then
Ron, what are you on tonight, bro?
So they addressed it. They addressed the elephant in the room, that it was like that feeling of animosity, feeling like he's trying to replace Big E and all that type of stuff. So they actually got to talk about it. And then since we talked about the match, during the match, I like the fact that Xavier came around to kind of accepting Odyssey Jones and what they have right now and have an understanding. I still think that they need to bring Big E back as like some kind of manager type if they're going to keep this together. I think that's the only way that it really works and the fans fully accept it. If you got to bring Big E back as like maybe a manager or something like that.
Yeah, well, speaking of that match, as you all can probably guess, the New Day do get the win with Odyssey Jones over Final Testament. But Kofi and Xavier, it was still some tension between that match, some tag ins that Xavier didn't like. So it is definitely still lingering in the air. But next up, Maxine and Ivy now in a no contest as Ivy finds out the firsthand by her consequences of joining American Made. As Nikki Cross comes out and attacks her, Loomis, Gacy, and Rowan take out the Creeds, and Uncle Howdy is there along with Chad Gable and hits him with Sister Abigail. Continuing their feud, we are definitely getting a Uncle Howdy versus Chad Gable next week on Raw. Your thoughts on this, Ron T?
I'm excited to finally see Uncle Howdy in a one-on-one match. So, and I think Chad Gable is the perfect the perfect opponent, so he can actually show his actual wrestling skills, because Bo Dallas is actually a really, really good wrestler, and I think he can be able to show a little bit of his arsenal as Uncle Howdy as well.
I said it in our group chat. Today was the first day I started to take American Made serious. They got shirts, they got merchandise now. They got the little hand signal with the A coming down. I like that. Ivy with them just looks strong. This is a solid group right here, man. Your thoughts, Chuck?
I thought it was a great group, and I was actually impressed with Maxine Dupree in ring ability at first. Like she has some solid offense, but once the pit bull hit her one time, she folded, and I was just like, folded like a lawn chair. I was like, what they gonna do now? The pit bull about to eat her, but then Nikki came out, and the Wyatts look good, man. I can't wait to see what Nikki's moveset's gonna be now. I don't know if she's gonna stay the same or she's gonna do something different, but I was really impressed with the segment, but like I said, I was really more impressed by Maxine's at first until she got folded. Then I just was like, that didn't last long. That was short lived.
I would say I'm
play on words,
happy
short lived.
Short lived. So I know I'm impressed with the presentation finally that they're giving Ivy now. Just the that little push up that she does on the ropes and the smirk, and she seemed like she's really about her business. So I'm happy to see that again.
You know, Ivy is such a good character. When they came up with the American Maid, I was like, ain't she from another country? Because she played that role. I had to Google it, but she is actually from Tennessee.
I was about to say she's
American
a country girl.
Made country girl. She played her character so well. I thought she was German for a second. The next up, CM Punk comes out to announce at Bash in Berlin his match with Drew will be a strap match. Then McIntyre comes ready to fight, but not with the strap in Punk's hand. But Punk's offers, I'll give you the strap if you give me the bracelet. And of course, Drew McIntyre. Wait, pause. Wait, what is going on with this show tonight, man? I will give you the belt if you give me the bracelet. And of course, Drew McIntyre says, hell no, but that lights a fire under this feud headed to Bash at Berlin. Are you ready for CM Punk, Drew McIntyre again, Ron T?
I am. I think it's going to be a really good match. I think that this segment ended on a whimper. It started off really well, and it just ended kind of weird. It was kind of just abruptly just ended.
Yeah.
Like the crowd was kind of out of it. It seemed like they were kind of out of it, like they might have missed a cue or something like that. But I am excited for this match. I think it's going to be pretty good. And that belt was thick, too. It was like...
Bro, stop.
What is happening, man? What the hell?
I said the belt, man.
Order
I didn't
in
even
the
say
damn
the strap.
court tonight.
Anyway, I'm excited.
What was it? What was it? It was what?
It was a belt.
And it was what?
The belt was thick. The belt. It's the difference. I didn't say the strap was thick. That'd have been bad.
Right.
He just did. I got him, guys.
Moving
I
on.
got him.
Your
Moving
thoughts,
on.
though? You looking forward to Drew Punk 2 with Chuck?
No, but I did like when CM Punk said, I am the Taylor Swift for men. I thought that was hilarious. I literally just stopped cracking up laughing because I was like, they're going to a new charted territory. But I think one of them missed the signal, like you guys said, because CM Punk said a line twice, and Drew just looked at him like you're supposed to say more. Or CM Punk like forgot his lines, and then he just turned the music on like fuck it. They both fucked this segment up.
Right. This show just felt a little off. We was texting in between like this 3 hours. They have got to figure out how to minimize this show. 3 is just too much, man.
Look, take half an hour off, throw it to SmackDown. Both of them be 2.5 hours long on going to NXT.
I'm cool
going
with that.
Netflix.
And let every main event be a half hour. Make it meaningful. I'm with that,
just
man.
2.5. Just 2.5. 3 is too much.
Too much, man. But next up, we get... What is next? Oh, The Miz. Before he comes out, The Miz, he puts on a hell of a promo on his way to the ring. A hell of a promo, but the promo made no difference as Bronson Reed destroyed him. It was a decent match. He didn't completely destroy him, but Bronson Reed gets the win with the tsunami, and of course, he went to go attack him for a second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth like he's done everybody else, but to the save comes the monster among men, Braun Strowman.
That's one big son of a bitch.
Is Braun versus Braun a good direction, Ron? That Ron. Braun versus Braun, is it a good direction, Ron? All right.
Yeah, it is. I think if anybody's gonna be able to fight with Bronson Reed, it'll be Braun Strowman. So they should put on a pretty good match. I think Braun Strowman was saying something about the only reason why he made it as far as he did was because of Mark Henry. And if Mark Henry isn't involved with both of these guys, by them being like such big in stature, And if he's involved in any way with both of these guys in this match, it should be pretty good. So if Mark Henry is not involved, WWE, I know y'all watch our show, it need to have Mark Henry involved in this match so they can put on a good match.
I think I do know Strowman was brought in by Mark Henry.
Yeah.
I don't know about Bronson Reed.
You know who Bronson Reed reminds me of though? You remember Bam Bam Bigelow back in the day?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so that's what Bronson Reed always remind me of, just because what he wears, and you see the flames on his tights and everything. So he always kind of remind me of a Australian Samoan Bam Bam Bigelow.
He remind me of a Samoan Otis. That's what I see when his body shape, man. That's what he look like to me, man. But your thoughts on this, Chuck?
I thought Braun Strowman was the perfect person to come out due to the fact that Braun Strowman, his big thing is, I'm a big guy, but I hate bullies.
Yeah.
So I'm big enough to fight you. Plus, I'm tired of you hurting people. So hurt me. Try your luck. So I figured it was going to get to somewhere to where somebody of a monstrous stature was going to be the one to fight him. I didn't see Strowman coming until I heard the music, and I was like, "Oh, this is perfect. This is great. This is the guy you need." Because, like I said, he's one of the big guys who goofs around with guys like R-Truth and the New Day and all the goofy acts, but because he doesn't like the whole bully aspect, and I think it's great.
Yeah, I actually forgot that Braun Strowman was available to fight Bronson Reed. So I was thinking, I'm like, who else do they have that's be able to stop him? Because he's about to take out the Miz. And then when Braun Strowman's music hit, I'm like, oh yeah,
it is
perfect.
Yeah, perfect. The only thing I don't like is the height difference. You want Bronson to look like a monster, but when they stand next to each other, it's gonna look like a baby monster versus a real monster. I'm telling you, that's not. To me, that's the only thing I don't like about it.
I honestly started getting vibes when I saw it of I don't know if y'all of course we're all wrestling historians to a point, was Big Show and Mark Henry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's what this reminds me of as far as
I can see that.
Those type of matches, because Show was always bigger, but Henry's strong as shit.
But whatever they trying to do is not working, man, because it was pointed to my attention that he just was dead coming out. There was no reaction. You thought that he killed Seth. He beat up the national treasure. It should be some heat. It was dead, him coming to the ring. They are not involved with Bronson Reed yet, man. So it's not quite clicking.
I think maybe because of his opponent, maybe just because it was the Miz, so nobody really expected anything different.
That could be it too. Yeah, definitely.
And not only that, but I also think after him destroying Seth, he had a reaction last time. But even though we all look at R-Truth as a national treasure, they probably, most people was like, finally somebody got R-Truth off of TV.
Right.
I don't even know how to feel. Like, we're mad about the Seth, but you got him off TV. Plus, you're about to fight the Miz, and that's I think why we said Miz's promo was wonderful, because especially if you see the documentary, he was like, I already don't have many friends here. I don't know if you know, a lot of people don't like me. No, I don't want to go out there and fight him. Did you see what he did to my partner? But at the same time, because of what he did to my partner, I have to go out there and fight him.
I like that.
I was like, oh man, that. I was like, damn, Miz. I was like,
that he fights.
And this is the reason why you've been around for so long. This is the reason why you've been around for so long. This is the reason why you've been around for so fucking long. Because promos like this, god damn it, Miz. I wouldn't even mind you. Well, hold on, maybe not a big title, but I wouldn't even mind them putting another title around your race as long as it's not tag team with Truth.
Yeah. But next up, a tournament has been announced, and the winner will face Bron Breakker for the IC title. But Bron warns whoever wins it, he intends to spear them right through the ring. And then later on in the evening, Jey Uso announced that Sami has to take a little hiatus, so they won't be chasing the tag team titles. So now, Jey Uso has entered his name in the hat for the IC title tournament, and he declares he will be the next Intercontinental Champion. Ryan T, are you happy that I put the Yeet Master back on TV?
I'm glad he's on TV. I feel like he's gonna make it to the finals, and I feel like Braun Breaker's gonna run through him, and it's gonna be it's gonna be rough. But hey, we get to see him in some singles matches again, and he gonna get a little bit of run, but he gonna run into Braun Breaker.
Yeah, man, that's good.
Why didn't Braun Breaker go with Braun Steiner or something?
Because he wanted to have his he did when he first started, he was Braun. They went with his real name. And then Vince McMahon with his 2.0 started changing people's names because he didn't want he put a rule in that he didn't want people using their real names. So that's why Casey Catanzaro changed her name to Katana Chance, and it was a few people changed. Braun Breaker became that. So but I don't know. I think Braun Breaker's stuck at this point. And he's kind of made a name for himself.
I think it is. I think it is definitely stuck. I think it's a great
first
name
time
for
I was
himself.
like Braun Breaker. Ugh,
but I'm just saying because they keep calling back to the fact that he's a Steiner, and I was just like, why did they just put that out his name? Like, even if they're gonna change his first name, they could have just left him as whatever his first name is with Steiner. They could have just changed it to Braun Steiner. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But yeah, I thought his promo.
Braun is his real first name though. It's Yep.
Well, that promo they had for him, that promo they had for him was great. That video package, that was wonderful. And I was really pissed off when I found out that the Heat Master was into this tournament because I was like, oh, they about to have him lose fucking again. This was the bullshit before we started going live. I was like, I was gonna wait for it because this is it. This is the bullshit. The man is completely over, and y'all about to bury him again. Like, how is he main event if he can't main event?
I think they spoiled with his fame right now. They just know he's so over that he can lose and he can help others get over, and they kind of using that right now. You know what I mean?
And maybe he's okay with it too, though. So.
He could be. But
how long does that last? How long can that last? We've seen guys when they go on a losing streak, and just like even with him, Carmelo Hayes, like he became a joke for all of us. Like he had no victories, but he looked so great at NXT to where it was like, all right, we're capable of something, and we know you have a name because of that, but you already did shit here, and especially when wrestling. I mean, other than promo being king, we all know it's what have you done for me lately?
Right.
What you're only as good as your last match, and if your last matches have been losing, just like with KO, he was like, I don't deserve it right now, and I still feel like KO don't deserve it. I know he's gonna put on a hell of a match because the dude can wrestle, but what have you done?
Right. Yeah. So those Jey Uso fans who are all around the world, listen to us. We know what we are talking about. He will not win. So if you go into this thinking he will, just know at the end of the match, your feelings will be like, it's not gonna happen. Braun will retain and continue being a dominant intercontinental champion. But next up, we get Damian Priest comes to the ring in a match against Dom, and he already felt that he was gonna get jumped, and sure enough, he came down, doesn't even make it to the ring as the Judgment Day jumps him immediately, but Priest get the better hand of him, and then he knocks him out, and Rhea and him are standing around Dom. They jump him, take him to the outside, right when they're about to put him through the announcer's table. Liv, of course, once again, comes to the save again, but she absolutely destroys Rhea as the Judgment Day regain their senses. They start to jump Damian, and they hold him up, kind of just like the Bloodline did Cody with Kevin Owens a few weeks ago.
Fucking jocks.
Made him
fucking jocks.
They made him watch, and Liv was just on a sadistic streak, just beating the hell out of Rhea Ripley. I love every moment of it. They rode her back in the ring, and the new Judgment Day 2.0 stands strong, posing like a true group, looking official over the carcasses of Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. Chuck, your thoughts?
In the words of Carlito, this is cool.
It was.
Man, I love the numbers game. I really love, because Liv said it earlier, you're not gonna put your hand on Daddy Dom. Pause. Because she was like, he's mine.
Right.
And they was like, we're gonna destroy him, blah blah blah. Even though we feel like it's an ambush, but we're the Terror Twins, so we're gonna do it. Y'all got y'all got Molly Wop, and I'm here for it because I enjoyed every minute of it, especially considering. I hate to say it, but Dom's not that tall of a guy, and Damian, you're like what, 6'9"?
Yeah,
6'4", but you know what I'm saying? You're huge, Pauls, compared to him, and then Liv's little as. It was like most people don't expect them to win, so you have to pull up the numbers game. And then if you, like we said, when you are the most over heels, period. Dominic is the most over heel. Like he went from being a heel to a super heel. Why would he fight y'all fair? Why would he run a fair fade? F that. Let's go, Dom. I was here for it.
This is what Roman and them should have did. This is how Bloodline rules should have been. Don't even let them get to the ring. Attack them right away. Jesus Christ.
As a person who believes in the tribal chief, I said the same shit the entire pay-per-view. Did I not? I was like, why are they not jumping this man? Why are they running a fair fade all this time until the end? I thought it was bullshit both times. Both matches, I was like, oh, they need to just jump them from get-go. I was like, why are they running a fair one? I hate that.
How you feel about it, Ryan?
I really like this mean streak of Liv Morgan. She was a lot of people felt like she wasn't believable at first, and she is 100% believable now.
Yes.
She came through with that chair. She got the mean streak. She's really trying to injure Rhea again. She
with heels on.
Was she wearing heels?
Yes.
I didn't even peep that.
I did.
And he was taking notes. He was taking notes for Chuck's Angels. That's what it was.
Chuck's Angels, yes.
And I like the fact that I don't know, like I said, all of it feels authentic. Like all of it does. She has a legit reason to hate Rhea. She has a legit reason to want to re-injure her, just continue to torment her and stuff. And she's enjoying it while she does it, and it comes through. So I'm really excited about what's moving forward with this new Judgment Day.
Yeah. Next up,
shameless plug. We have a bunch of shows. Make sure y'all check those out. One of which is Chuck's Angels. All right, next segment. Sorry, shameless plug. We can insert the thing right here. Yeah, go ahead.
Next up, though, we get Dawn and Fire retaining the tag team titles against Pure Fusion Collective and Damage Control to retain their momentum heading up against Jade and Bianca. Your girls got the win, Run T. This was the right call, I'm guessing.
Yeah, definitely is. I think they just need to hold the titles until they get that one-on-one match with Bianca and Jade.
Yeah.
And I think that's the time they should properly drop the titles. But I like the fact that they're getting a chance to get this run, however short it's going to be, like a legitimate run as tag champions, because they got screwed out of those NXT tag championships.
No, I get them crap. Oh no, go ahead, my bad.
I was saying, yeah, and they're heels, and they're actually acting like heel tag teams. And Damage Control looked fantastic tonight as far as in the ring. Even that small botch that Kairi Sane did, she made up for it by finishing the move, and she just like, all right, I'll just flip out the ring and take y'all out. So This was a really good match. I think it was a smart way to end it. That the way they did it was tag Kairi Sane while she wasn't paying attention and get the upper hand that way. So I'm all for it. I think that like I said, they should continue to hold the title until they face that one-on-one match with Jade and Bianca, whenever that is.
Whenever it is. Yep.
How do I say this? That woman continues to improve every week. Io Sky took old girl's leg and dropped and threw it into the other girl. I forgot which. I got to go back and watch it again. But I was like, Io
that
Sky's
kick up
fucking,
to front flip thing she did too was crazy.
Everything she was doing was just like amazing. I was like, Io Sky is that woman.
She the best women's wrestler on the roster. People been giving me hell for that, but it's the truth.
I agree.
Until
As far
Charlotte
as
comes back, maybe.
skills.
Yeah, as far
I would
as
say
skills.
skills. Now you said you were giving Isla Dawn and Alba
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah, this match, I'll be honest. As I was watching it, the move sets, the chemistry, they started to grow on me on this match. And I said, you know what?
Nope,
Maybe
not
they
me.
should beat Jade and Bianca because Jade and
Nope.
Bianca's so over. If y'all saw the Fanatics festival that they had over the weekend, you'd have thought Jade and Bianca was the champs, which leads me to believe WWE sees the same exact thing and probably was like, they don't need the belts.
The titles.
Let's have marks like Abe continue to grow and like these witches, keep the belts on them. I can see them doing that, man, because it's growing on me. And if I know they smart enough to see them winning some people over, and they just got to keep it going, man.
I want them to introduce
And I hate to say
witchcraft
this.
like they did. I want to see that. Like, you remember how Papa Shango in the middle of a match used to shake that little baton thing? With
Bro, what are you doing? Stop, Ron. Jesus.
With the baton thing. All right, man. You know how the staff with the skull on it.
Yeah.
How he used to.
I know what you're talking about, but you look like you're shaking a shake weight. Stop.
And that black tar used to come off the top of their heads. You're like, I want to see them implement a little of that, maybe in a match or a segment or something like that too, because they supposedly had put a hex on those women's tag team titles, and that's why all the people that were having it before them were getting injured and all this other type of stuff. So I want to see them play into that a little bit more too.
Yep. But let's
I hate to say this, but as much as most people believe they don't need the belts, history books don't remember that Charles is over. History books remembers reigns. And that was the reason I felt like Bianca and Jade, even though they're over and they technically don't need it, if they had it and had a long reign, it goes in the history books. Now you remember them as a dominant tag team and not just, they was just two dominant women who was just completely over but never had the belts again. They had it for three months and lost it. That's how all the history books are gonna remember is, why were they so dominant and they only had it for 3 months? You don't remember the fact that, they were so over. No, they only had it for 3 months. They must have been a whole tag team.
Yeah.
I think that is the proper decision would be to put the titles back on them
and let them have a nice reign with it.
Yeah.
And then the fact that Isla and what's her name? They're still young.
Alba
They
Fire.
just came up from Alba Fire. They still young. They just came up from NXT.
Right.
Not too long ago. And Jade and Bianca started late in the game.
Mhm.
You let Jade and Bianca have a long run, and you can still put it back on them later on. And then let them have you know what I'm saying? That's just me. This maybe it's just me, but I'm looking at
I did say this in the group text, and I'll say it here, is that I think that Alba Fire and Isla Dawn should drop the titles to Bianca and Jade in a one-on-one match. And I think that Jade and Bianca should run through the entire tag team division to where they feel like they don't have any type of competition. And I think they need to introduce the Tonga twins.
Yeah.
And I think the Tonga twins need to be the ones to take the titles from them.
We shall see. We're under a bit of a time restraint today, but if y'all could, they gave a nice tribute package to Pat McAfee, as tonight will be his last show until January. He's heading off to NCAA College Game Day on ESPN, his second gig, and he'll be going for a while. Can I just get y'all thoughts on Pat McAfee and what he means to the WWE brand? Starting with you, Ron.
I think he brings like a new energy and a new life to WWE, and he's hilarious to have him on the mic. He gets away with stuff that he probably shouldn't have, saying certain things on the mic, but you never know what he's gonna say, and that brings that a little bit of excitement. And I think just having Michael Cole and having somebody that's as spontaneous as Pat McAfee right next to him, it's funny seeing them play off of each other.
Your thoughts, Chuck?
I like the fact that he's a genuine fan.
Yeah.
It's not like, most of the time it's usually you got like Corey Graves is, like the announcer for the heels and the other guy's the announcer for the good guys. So they always conflict. Like, no, he don't care. He's just literally just a fan. He'll call out anybody's bullshit, even if a good guy does something wrong. He'll be like, that's bull. I'm like, I like Pat McAfee, and I can't wait for him to get back.
Yeah.
Let's get the little button cheer for Pat.
This is for you, Pat McAfee. We appreciate you. And as you go off to college game day, make sure you root for our Michigan Wolverines. Go Blue. But next up, the main event, Randy Orton defeats Kaiser. And afterwards, Gunther and Randy Orton starts to go at it. And we talked about it earlier. This show just felt a little off, and the ending didn't let us down either. That was a little off. As time went off, something probably happened afterwards. This is like AEW to me, because AEW every single week goes off air, and you got to go to YouTube to watch what the hell happened. Every week it happens. It pisses me off. In WWE, they do it this week. Yeah, so I guess we got to go to YouTube to see what happened. But all we saw was they was fighting, and it went off the air. So your thoughts on the main event, Ryan?
I thought it was a good main event. I like the fact that they narrowed in on that same knee that Kaiser hurt earlier. And Kaiser did that whole run around the ring thing and drop kick to the knee up against the stairs. So it was kind of iffy for him. But Randy Orton shows why he's a future Hall of Famer and why he is like a challenge, going to be a challenge to Gunther. And he dropped him on the table about 4 or 5 times and got the RKO and the win. I do feel like maybe some of these, like even AEW might do it on purpose to drive traffic to their YouTube page. Mm-hmm. If it is, it's kind of smart, but it's also irritating. So I
irritating as hell.
I hope this is not a pattern that WWE is going to follow.
Yeah. Hopefully this was just a clean mistake. But your thoughts on the main event and Tiffy's boyfriend getting the L tonight, Chuck?
2 words. Apex Predator.
I'm
happy that Randy went back to the Apex and just was like, even when he looked like he was down, like the wounded animal, he coiled up and snapped like the Viper should. I did like the ending when he hit the vintage Orton. I don't even know what the move is called, where he gets him through the ring ropes, and then he hears the voices. He hears the voices, and then he went to RKO him, and then he got grabbed and tried to get no. As soon as he got back up, pow, hit him, and then the entire time while they were counting, he looked at Gunther like,
yep, staring at him the entire time.
Right.
And Gunther with the little voice, with the little schoolboy hair. Just...
Yep.
I hate that haircut, but yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, though, what you giving it tonight, Chuck?
A 4.
Wow.
Tonight sucked.
Wow. Ron, how do you combat that 4?
I'm more than a 4. I'll give it like maybe a 6.8, close to a 7, but about a 6.8.
You're close to me. I was at a 7.4 for tonight, so it was a C. It was a C show to me. You know, it's just I'm really getting sick of this. With us doing this podcast, we watch so much wrestling, and all the other shows, it just seems more engaging. Raw is always a task. Please get this together. It's just too much, man. 3 hours is too much.
Like for me, like I said, I always break it up into the thirds. First hour didn't really do much for me. Second hour it started off good, but that third hour, the beginning wasn't all that great, but it ended on a solid note. And even with the ending, it ended with a cliffhanger, and I hate cliffhangers. So I took a point down just for the cliffhanger.
Right.
Like I probably would have been like at a 5 or a 6, but I was like, bro, like.
Any last thoughts though before we get out of here?
The CM Punk Drew, they just cut that all short. I don't even know what the hell that was about. Then I don't know, man. I'm sticking with my point, man. Tonight sucked.
Any last thoughts for you, Ryan?
I guess I'm looking forward to NXT tomorrow and for SmackDown. SmackDown is looking like it's gonna be almost like a pay-per-view or like PLE book type show. So
and that's purposely done. That is purposely done because this weekend AEW All In, one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year. Do not think Triple H is not planning that. He wants to take some attention away from what's going down, which would be the biggest show of the year. I'm not just saying this because I do the AEW post show. I'm an AEW mark. This will be a solid pay-per-view from bell to bell, opening to close. Bet the house on it. Pay-per-view.
I didn't realize that it came up that fast. But yeah, you're right.
Yep.
Bro, time has been flying. But I will say, Ron, be prepared. Be very prepared because my girl wrestles tomorrow. So you know I'm coming on the show. We're having a show tomorrow. My girl fights tomorrow. I'm coming to watch my girl fight.
Right. We had to rush this show, so we probably make up for it tomorrow with NXT post show. So that'll be the next time you guys see us. If we don't do a post show, you will guarantee get Ryan T's NXT Breakout Star of the Week. But until then, it's your boy AB from DET.
It's your boy Ryan T, the Icon.
Still Chuck Jordan. Yeet.
We'll holla at y'all.
Media.